Let's talk Relationship 101. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk Relationship 101. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk Relationship 101. Come on, let's talk. Hello, welcome back to Let's Talk Relationship 101. And I am your host, Tina Reed. And again, I am joined by my very handsome co-host, Mr. Darrell Lomax.
Hello, relationship world.
Well, listen, if you didn't see last week's show, you missed it. We talked about relationships, and Darrell talked about his side pieces. And
no, I ain't say nothing about my side pieces.
It wasn't your side piece?
No, it wasn't my side pieces.
Oh, you just talked about side pieces.
Right, side pieces. And women have side pieces, which y'all don't call them side pieces. What do y'all call them? Sugar daddies.
I digress. Anyway, but today we're so glad that you're back with us. Again, remember, we're just real people having real discussions about real relationships. So Darrell, with that being said, the topic for today, my dear friends, is what does a man really want?
Okay, stop. Let me see that. Where is it?
What does a man want?
Okay. Question today is, I guess this needs to go towards the women. What a man want. We're gonna ask you first, Tina. What do you think a man want?
Well, what I think that a man wants is his cake and eat it too. I feel that a man wants a woman who can go out and make the bacon along with him, come in, take care of the whole house, children, and him. Now that's my take on what a man wants. That's not right. So okay then, Darrell, tell me, what does a man want? That's why I'm asking you the question.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut you off right there, because when you started out what you were saying, what you thought a man want, where you kind of mess up at, and where women mess up is sometimes you throw the sarcasm in it. And there was sarcasm in there because you said we want everything in our cake and eat it too.
But you don't.
No, most men don't. Y'all just assume that.
So what you're saying, so okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, wouldn't you love to have a woman in the street or a lady in the street, as it says, and then you want a freak at home?
Oh, of course.
But you also want her to be able to change the tire, you want her to be able to do the oil, and you want her to be able to make miracles out of nothings.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Cake and eating it too.
No, it's not.
That's what I thought.
No, it's not.
So,
basically, men want the same thing women want.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I think where the difference come in at I think a lot of times women, what they want sometimes is unrealistic.
Okay.
I know, and let me say, like we was talking off air about women living outside their
Careful.
their
Careful.
relationship number. I'm gonna use relationship number.
Okay, explain
and men do it too.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, if you are a 4 or 5 woman.
Okay.
And
what does that 4 or 5 woman consist of?
A 4 or 5 woman consists of, she could have some issues, but she got potential. She's working. She got a little stuff going on. May not be well educated as far as having a college degree and a career and stuff. She might just be working a 9-to-5 job, 8-to-4 job or whatever and stuff like that. Average, basic, whatever. Same way with men.
Right.
Now, when she go out and looking for that doctor or lawyer that's supposedly, or quote, 10, then I think that's living outside her relationship number. I think you should be able to go up or down 2. If you're a 5, go down 3, you can pull him up to a 5 with you, or you can go up to a 7. Because if you're not set yourself and stable yourself in what you want with yourself, what good are you going? I'm just saying, you working at McDonald's, men and women, you working at McDonald's, but you going and pursuing someone that's way out of your class,
Right.
you know?
But I think though, Darrell, I think that depends on I think it depends on the race of the woman, and I'm not. Let me say this. Let me give my disclaimer, please. I'm not racist on anything, but I just believe in facts.
You
and
know
I
what they
believe
say,
in,
don't you? You know what they say, though?
What?
As soon as a person say I'm not racist, they say they're racist.
Right. Well, how be it ever.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, looking at where the professional men are, the first thing that especially African American men, majority, not all, but majority, will get someone of another ethnic group. And it doesn't matter what status or number she has. It's just the fact that she has long wavy hair, or she's light skinned, or she's white, or she's any other group of the other. And African American women are not, we're not always afforded that. Most times we're not. Because if you have 4 to 5 African American women in a place, let's say you have 4 or 5 women in a club where the ballers are, the 10 men that you say, the number 10. Okay, now all these women are 4. Let's say out of those 5 women, let's say 4 of them are black or ethnic. They got 1, maybe 2 have the natural, and the other ones have weave, or other ones have nice long hair.
Right.
But they're brown skin, darker.
Right.
Then you got the 1 mixed, 1 white, 1 other.
Right.
Who you think he gonna go for first? He gonna go for her first. All of them working at McDonald's just so happen to get up in the club. She's afforded that, but 9 times out of 10, we're not. And that's prime example. I give you 2. OJ Simpson.
Oh.
She was a waitress. Okay, she was a waitress. He left his wife for a waitress. Nothing wrong with waitressing.
But we can't say. Can we say she might have just been in the right place at the right time?
She was a 3. He was a 10.
That 3 was in the right place at the right time.
Well, but that's not always the same for us.
But with you saying that, who do you see mostly doing that? You don't see the average Joe men that's out working at such and such construction company. Are you talking about those men, or are you talking about the high profile superstar men?
Well, you said a 10. So I'm talking about a 10 man.
Okay.
A 10 man are the ones who make those kind of figures.
Right.
According to the number.
Right.
Okay, so then another one, Michael Jordan. I just found out. When my sister told me, and we looked her up, I'm not saying being a model is not. But she was an inspiring model. She's trying to, she's on the come up. She probably modeled a couple of things, but she wasn't making Michael Jordan money. Do you understand what I'm saying? But according to the internet and according to the profile, they didn't have a prenup.
It's the circle. It's the circle that you may hang in, but some have the right, I guess,
chances, identity.
You saying identity. You saying identity. I'm saying
identity.
I'm saying that, I guess,
because think about it like this.
That person has to be doing something for that person to be attracted to them. Now, I'm not saying
they all sitting there. They're all beautiful.
Okay, I understand that. That may be a man's preference. Just like women got their preference. Some preferences, I think, is when they talking about they looking for a good man, and you talking about he got to be tall, dark, and handsome. Okay, what if the short, light-skinned guy with dreads come in and stuff? What, he's not potential because he's not what you say what you want? maybe those 10 men got in their mind what they want because of their 10 status. And it goes the other way now, because you got women that's 10 status and they looking for certain men.
Well, I tell you what, we'll be right back. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Hey guys, we're back. Let's talk relationship 101. Now, Darrell, we were in the midst of a conversation about your numbers. Darrell has this number system did you come up with this number system?
Somewhat. Yes and no.
Where, let's say if you're a 4 woman, we said, then sometimes I'm not going to say it gets sketchy, or let's just say sometimes it seems like we didn't want to say live above your means, or
right.
Maybe you're reaching too far to get a 10 man. But as I said, and I truly believe that depends on what culture you're from. Because it seems that if you have a professional man, and I just believe it, and this is just my thoughts, okay?
Professional man.
This is just teenology.
Professional
Oftentimes, family, you'll hear me refer to teenology. That's me. This is my thinking. I think that if you have a professional man, a so-called professional man, probably making 6 figures, and he comes into a place and he's of African American descent, and he sees several women sitting at a table. They all are ravishing, but maybe one has natural. She has a natural. She's wearing a natural, a short, more thicker than more darker brown skin, and then you have the other ones, maybe more of a lighter fair skin. Now, to me, I have seen, not all family, but I have seen majority of the men are not gonna go to the woman with the natural and with the darker brown skin. They just don't do that.
They don't have a choice now, because all women going natural now.
Some.
A lot.
Well, some.
A lot.
Majority.
Yeah.
But but I just feel like, now that leads me to this next question.
Yeah, because I want to see what your point is. Let's go.
Family, that leads me to the next question. Are there games that men play? Now, before you answer that question, I'm going to tell you where I got this from. Now, I knew that when it comes to the topic or the question, what does a man want? I knew that I had to do some research because, as you know, family, I'm not a man. So I had to do some research. So I went to the library and I found, they gave me this book, and it's called If You Want Closure in Your Relationship, Start With Your Legs, by Mr. Big Boom. He was a security guard he was a celebrity security guard that turned into an author. And he said that there are some games that men play. Let me see if you recognize any of the games.
Okay.
There was a game that said, there are several games called the spider web, the rabbit trap, the bird's nest,
Okay.
the business card handler, and the retrieve technique.
These games played by women?
By men.
Okay.
By men. Okay. Now, wait a minute, let me tell you about it. Okay, I hope they didn't see that. So, let me tell you about the spider web. Real interesting. The spider web is a way to a woman's heart in all the wrong ways, he says. You notice what y'all do. A man using the spider web is sweet to a woman for about 3 to 4 months. Then during this time, he's patient. He's laughing all the time with her. He does everything that she likes and does, they're going everywhere. Around the 4th month or so, all of a sudden, he finds some kind of problem. That's how a man traps a woman, because she thought that he was so nice and so perfect. So, and to just paraphrase some of it, what happens, he said that's how a man suckers a woman into making him her priority. She started buying him stuff. She started questioning herself. Well, what did I do? Why? What happened? You know, and all of that. And then the next thing you know,
That didn't have anything to do with that.
What you mean?
That didn't have anything to do with her spending her money on that man.
Well,
That's something she had to want to do.
But see, he started requesting different stuff.
But she had to still want to do it.
Well, that's because she hadn't found out. It's a spider web. That's why it's called a spider web.
That's all right. If you fall in the spider web and you can't get it off of it, and you coming out of your pocket spending your money on another man and stuff like that, that's not the man's fault. That is your fault. That's your money. So if you fall into the web, I think that's on you, because it makes it seem like that the way you reading it, that women are, some women, don't let me say all, must be weak-minded.
No, I don't think that she's weak-minded, but you've tricked her. For 3 or 4 months, you've been perfect.
It has to be because most women in the group have talked about what they won't do, and they so gung-ho and so pro, they ain't gonna do that, they ain't gonna spend no money. After 4 months, a woman spending that much money or doing so many things for a man and stuff, dinner, something like that, I can understand that. But if she's she's looking for something, she's trying to buy her way in. So how is it that the guy is playing the game? Yeah, he's playing the game that she want to be played.
But see, that's the deal though. It was written by a guy. He said that.
That's all right. We're still playing the game that the woman wants to play. Because if you don't want to play the game, you're not going to play. If you don't play the game, then you're not going to be spending your money out there on somebody else. So obviously, in order for the game to be played, it has to be played both. Exactly. Right,
Well,
wrong. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I feel that because I knew a guy that did this
No,
to a girl.
No, cause you trying to give me a political answer. I just want to know, do you think is that
No, well, me personally, my own personal thought. Now, this is, like I said again, this is teenology. I feel that 3 to 4 months is not enough time to really. You don't know that person. You still don't. It's called a honeymoon period. We still basking in the glow of you, my man, I'm in a relationship, and those kind of games are usually played on women who are just flat tired of being by themselves and that are not in tune with, well, put it like this.
So in other words, you saying women can be thirsty too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, women can be thirsty.
Because you know that thirsty word get thrown around mostly at the guys.
Okay, well, for our viewers, go ahead and tell them what thirsty means. Your definition of thirsty.
Thirsty?
Yes.
Hey, you just looking for something, somebody to attach on to. That's my opinion of it and stuff. Just thirsty. And you trying to reach out. It's like, I guess it's like, really like a web. You just throwing to see what you can catch.
So you're saying that a thirsty woman is throwing her own web out there at the time?
Hey, it goes both ways. Just like y'all call men thirsty, women thirsty too. Just like you women talk about, hey, all these guys in your inbox, it goes down in the DM. Hey, some of y'all women be down in the DM and the dudes DMs too. All day, every day. See what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on, wait. So are you trying to imply that there are women that are in the inboxes of men just as much as men are in the inbox, and we're talking about Facebook family, or even Instagram. Are you trying to say, what are you trying to?
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, chapstick, whatever you want to call it. They all in all of.
Anyway.
Yes, women are, I'm just telling it like.
Wait a minute.
Women are just as thirsty
They
as
probably,
y'all.
I'm sure, but listen, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and visit this thirsty thing he's trying to throw on us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Relationship 101. Let's talk Relationship 101. As we were discussing before we faded off into a commercial.
We're just gonna cut this right now. We're finna cut this right now. I'm finna get right back into this game thing.
Well, we gonna get into the
No,
game
because
thing, girl.
I'm finna-
But I need to read to you the rat trap.
We don't need to know about all the rat trap. What we need to know is let the people know that the type of games that women play. And I think some of the games you all play, I think you play mind games with not only yourself, but other people. And because women say that, hey, I'm looking for a good man, I'm looking for a good man. Well, let's say you're standing outside or sitting outside or whatever, and you see a guy ride by, 3 or 4 of your girlfriends, guy ride by every day on a 10-speed bicycle, dirty work boots. Stick there. He speak every day. He see you. You got your makeup on all good and stuff. Got your hair doing it like that. He speaking, hey, Miss Tina. Right? We're going to say you're not married. Hey, Miss Tina. You stick your nose up at him because he dusty and dirty. Hold up now. Let me finish.
Okay.
He dusty and dirty. So that man passed by every day. You don't know nothing about that man. Won't get a chance. You won't even give that man a chance to speak or stop or say hello or anything. But hold up. As soon as he passed by, here come that Mercedes-Benz drop top with the dude with the finger waves in and stuff like that.
Finger waves?
Yeah, he got the finger waves in and stuff like that. You can smell his Chaps cologne coming off and stuff.
Not
and y'all
Chaps.
looking at that 600 class Benz and stuff, and he got a nice little outfit on, and y'all get to looking at it. He ain't trying to speak to you. You trying to run into the street to make sure he almost run you over so he can stop. Now, you find out, here where the games come in. While you done put all your into this guy with the Mercedes-Benz and he's smelling good and looking good, but when you find out, hey, that dude driving his mama car, staying with his mama.
No, not the mama.
Yeah, and he ain't got no job. But when you pass the dude up on the bicycle, that dude choose not to buy a car because he choose to finish off paying his house, got a bank account, not his bank account, and he choose to ride his bicycle. So when women talk about they looking for a good man, that's the game they playing. You all playing. Sometimes because you're playing a game with yourself because there are so many good men out here, but because they don't fit your qualification or the standards, the way you have written them down. Right, society. All the girlfriends, everybody want that big house, the white picket fence, and the little girl and the little boy and the dog or the cat and stuff like that. Hey, get out of that Mayberry way of life.
Not Mayberry. He said Mayberry.
Yeah, because
we weren't even in Mayberry. I don't believe no black.
Right. Well, we just might well keep it real because those times are not going to be here. You're not going to. It's the society and the dimensions of relationships have changed.
Well, I do agree with you. I do. I feel that what we need to do is, first of all, you have to give a brother a chance. If you find a brother that has a hustle and he's going after it,
that's his bubble,
and you have the means to help that, then what you would do, you would watch him for a moment.
Right.
Watch his friends. Watch how he conducts himself. What does he do when he get off work? Also, a man told me one time, he said that before I approach a woman, I watch her friends and I watch how she talks. I watch, is she loud? Or even she could be loud and fun, but is she loud and telling her business?
Right.
And that's what I would do. What I would do now, I'm quite different.
And watch your mama and sister too now.
Right.
The apple don't fall too far from the tree.
That's exactly right.
Watch your mama and the sister.
That's right, because if you find a nut in the street, if you send them home, go home with them, the nut don't answer the door.
Yep.
That is the truth.
Yep.
That's true. But what I would have done.
That's what Glenn said when he followed you home.
No, honey, my husband, honey, we was together, honey. He loved it. He still does, don't you, boo? But no, what happened was, what I would have done rather, I would have just simply. Look, dude, if he spoke, I would have spoken, and I would have just watched him, And then, because if I gave him just a window of chance, he's going to stop, and he's going to talk. So now I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to see what kind of, mind frame. I'm always seeing you dirty riding a bike, since you say he's dirty riding a bike. You dirty riding a bike, honey, what you do every day? See, I'm going to ask a question.
Right.
And even nowadays, ladies, when we're looking at guys, you have to ask real questions, Darrell. Like for instance, these guys come up in your face, even that one that's riding with the nice body Benz or BMW or whatever. You have to ask real questions. Okay, do you have a wife? No, I ain't got no wife. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I ain't got a girlfriend. Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
You have to ask these questions.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever had a boyfriend? And don't get me wrong, whatever flavor you want to play, that's between you and your God and playing your flavor.
So what if he said he did have a boyfriend?
No.
I'm just saying, what's wrong?
I don't want to date a dude that's had a boyfriend.
Why not?
No.
Why? I'm just saying, how much difference is it him having a boyfriend and him having past girlfriend?
Because I just believe he's going to always have a boyfriend.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be extra, but it's a fact. If a dude like a dude, he gonna like a dude.
Well, women like women.
Well, if she always like a woman, if that's her preference, she's gonna get a preference.
And there's some women right now, I say like this, there's a lot of women that say they like women, but they pregnant.
I don't know.
Oh, that's another
That's
subject.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, God.
But it happens, you know.
It happens. I don't understand it either. But, hey, right. Well, that's another topic. Another topic. But as far as, now, wait a minute, Darrell. We got to get back to the games.
Okay, you want to answer. Because I know it's getting time for us to end this segment.
Right.
And really what men want is simple things in life. He want to be able to come home and relax after a hard day's work. Mm-hmm. He want to come home to a dinner sometimes cook. I didn't say every day, I said sometimes.
Right.
He want to be supported in whatever he decided to do. If he said he want to quit his job because he got a nice nest in the bank account and stuff,
right,
and he want to buy an 18-wheeler and start trucking across the United States, he want that support. If he want to say he want to start digging a tunnel to China, you should be out there giving him a bucket of water over his head so he can stay cool and stuff.
Celebrate
support. The main thing that men want is two things: communication.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that out of
Yeah, he's trying to say sex. That's what it is.
A little turtleneck too now. You had to catch that one once the camera off, because you probably didn't catch that. I bet Darrell posing out there.
Jesus, I had to crush my pearls. I had to get my pearls. But you know, and I agree with that. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. That's something that I believe, and we're wrapping it up in the closing. I believe that women could truly understand what a man wanted. It depends on, and this is probably will seem far-fetched, but really, if you find a woman who has had a wonderful relationship with her dad, 9 times out of 10, she turns out to be really a great wife, a great girlfriend, because she understands. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
with that being said, too, now, what men? You asked the question, what do men want? Do women know what they really want? Because women will leave a relationship with a man and go get a woman that looks like a man.
Okay, so what we're going to do, that's a whole nother subject. Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, we're just real people having a real discussion about real relationships. And remember, it's all about one love. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Peace.